what's up guys? Brandon here from BigMcLargerHuge Gaming, and today the video no one was really asking for, but I decided to make because I had nothing really else to talk about. So, if you saw the last What's Up With video, which is actually my second latest video by the time of this going up, yeah, I teased that I would be talking about Sony crossplay in the next episode, and this is not going to be like all the other people who just instantly hate Sony and never actually looked at the facts and what could be done, what is possibly being done. Like, I know one YouTuber who actually had a good point, and that was actually Level Cap, because he did, he just said Sony's probably working on a solution to this. Like, you probably won't be able to buy things on other platforms, but you'll be able to play them. So anyway, let's start at the beginning of this issue. So, this spans all the way back to 2016, when Minecraft Bedrock was first put into production. And lots of people were pretty mad because Sony would not allow them to do the crossplay with PlayStation to have Bedrock on that possible. So yeah, people were a bit mad about that, and they kind of blamed Sony. But you know, it kind of, everybody got over it. Because we all moved on. People who actually wanted Bedrock moved to like PC, I think, probably, and you know, stuff like that. So next, we fast forward to 2017, when Fortnite, which is the second big game to really do crossplay openly and not kind of like hide it a little bit, puts crossplay into the game. And this is where things get ugly. So people were very mad that people on PlayStation could not play with Xbox, but they could all play with phones and stuff, so that worked, but it also didn't. And you know, it just kind of happened like that. That's how it went. And then now apparently Sony is holding Fortnite accounts hostage, according to some people. I'm looking at you, Jim Sterling. Because they don't want you to have stuff on other platforms? Can you see where I'm going with this? Like, this whole issue is such a stupid, little, minuscule thing that I don't even know why I'm making a video on it. But I'm not really making a video on the issue, more so I'm making a video on what's happening and why I had to kind of leave YouTube. Not leave YouTube, like stop creating content, but leave YouTube, like don't watch almost anybody anymore. And that reason is because just everybody's so negative. It's just, they just, what do we call it again? Oh yeah, like everybody just got on the bandwagon of hating Sony for no particular reason at all. Didn't even look at the facts. So my first point of evidence that Sony is not responsible for the Fortnite accounts being held hostage is, one, what does Sony have against Nintendo, and how come you can get the stuff you paid for on Microsoft on the PS4, or more so, you can link your account, okay? You can link it. That's what I'm saying. You can link your Microsoft and Sony account. What do you think Sony has against Nintendo? And if you're being honest, Nintendo's not really a competitor anymore. I mean, despite what the Nintendo fans will have you believe, they really don't truly compete in the, what do you call it, the real, console market. Like, sure, maybe in, like, Japan, but in, like, the US, they, at least, I think, they're, not really that, they're more of a second console, and I think they know that, which is why they focus more on gimmicks now, and I think they really kind of killed themselves to the hardcore gamer a bit with the Wii, but that's kind of not what I'm here to talk about. I'm here to talk about what happened. Like, what does Sony have against Nintendo, and why can Sony and Microsoft accounts be linked, and why can't, and what does that have anything to do with, like, Sony being greedy or Nintendo doing something? What's more interesting is that almost no one commented on this besides Sony because they were probably getting so much bad press they had to have an official response at least. Even more like something else, because that's just, you know, and even though they gave a pretty valid response, everybody still blew up about their response, even though it was a perfectly valid response, everybody. You realize that, right? It was a freaking valid response. So yeah, that's basically the history, and so now we're going to be going into the meat of this video, which is what happened with YouTube and me after this whole issue became not only more than it was, but also just negativity after negativity all the time. And you know, you may think I'm just complaining about negativity, and you may think I'm not somebody who can take any negativity whatsoever, but that's not true. I can take negativity, just not to the extent that Sony is getting. And it's not just because I only play on PS4 and Switch. Heck, you can't even say I'm a Sony fanboy, because, actually, yes, you can say I'm a Sony fanboy, but I'm not, like, always on Sony's side. Like, I think they should have crossplay. It'd be nice to have crossplay. It might not be, they might have to make a compromise, but in no means do I think they're horrible for not doing crossplay, because I don't know anybody who actually, okay, that's not true. I do know people who play on other systems, but I have a Switch to play with Rylan. That's the only other person, and you guys know that. So, you know, what's the point? What's the point? And it's like, this one guy in the comment of this one video I was watching was like, oh my god, I'm so mad because I can't play with my friends on Xbox while I have a PS4. And I just replied back, if you want to play with your friends on Xbox, get a goddamn Xbox, not a PS4. Okay, yeah, sure. Maybe there's better exclusives on PS4, but if you care only about playing with your friends, what are you doing playing on the rival console? Like, I mean, I know it sounds mean, but seriously, that's what this guy was getting worked up about, was his decision to purchase a console. And it's like, Xbox is a substitute for PlayStation. PlayStation is a substitute for Xbox. Whichever one you like better is the one you choose. If you break the boundary between the two rival products, there's no point in even having two products anymore. Why don't you just have one that's like the Microsoft Playbox X3001-4? You know, something like that, instead of having a PS4, Xbox One, and then the respective exclusives on that. Like, you know, you don't see anybody getting worked up that Super Mario Odyssey and Breath of the Wild aren't on Xbox, or that Sea of Thieves is not on PlayStation. Then again, Sea of Thieves isn't actually that good. I'm sorry if you like Sea of Thieves, I don't even really care that much. But it's like, you see no one getting mad that these games are not on the rival systems. It's like, if you care so much about playing with other systems, what's the point of even having the other systems besides exclusives? And even then, the exclusives are mainly either, kind of unique multiplayer sometimes, or really good single-player experiences in Sony's case. Horizon Zero Dawn, The Last of Us, God of War, Uncharted, even going back to PlayStation 1, still so many good exclusives on there. Like Crash, Spyro, I don't really know anything else but that. But, do you get my point by now? I don't like this. I don't like this at all. Just, this whole situation is just so bad. Just so bad. It's so minuscule, too. It's like, if you guys... If Fortnite wasn't the most popular game in the world and was trying to connect to every platform the game was on, would we even be having this dilemma right now? Or would we be just happy, like, playing The Division or Destiny right now instead, whatever game was, like, popular before this? Or would it be that PUBG would still be on the top, and that would actually be on PlayStation by now? And they wouldn't try to do crossplay, but it actually, I feel like I'm kind of I'm sounding a little bit like I'm whining at this point. And I don't want to sound like everybody else talking about this issue, because I seriously want to just say, like, especially aimed at the people who don't even look at the facts and see that Sony honestly did nothing wrong. At least a little bit nothing wrong. Okay, so the main, like, something is like, what was the thing? It was like, oh, Sony's motto is for the players, but they're not for the players, they're just dirty liars. It's like, I just hope, I'm just gonna explain this. Businesses do not exist because they care about you or anybody else. Sure, they want to make a good product so you'll buy their product, but it's not like that's their main thing. You create a company to make money, not, like, you don't, Epic doesn't make, okay, Sony doesn't make, okay, that's not, I don't know how to describe this, but here's another point. I'm just gonna go into the next point because I really don't know what to say on that. Sony only really has PlayStation. That's his biggest thing. Nintendo isn't really that much of a competitor anymore. And Microsoft is Microsoft and still has Windows, Microsoft Word, Microsoft Edge, all this stuff they do. And plus, if you were on a Microsoft thing, and you really wanted to have, my point is, Sony doesn't really have anything besides, like, PlayStation and maybe some TVs. That's really all they got right now, and PlayStation is a really big hitter because it's a really good console, and, Sony's on top right now, and you think about it, like, from their perspective, what does crossplay do for them? Nothing! It does absolutely nothing for Sony. They've got all the big player counts. Nintendo is Nintendo, and once again, Microsoft is getting crushed. So, what is the point? of doing crossplay from Sony's perspective. It's helping Microsoft and maybe Nintendo because they, I don't know, do something? It's all very weird to me. Like, people are talking about how it's so great for everybody and all this stuff. But no, it's not really great because no one's done this before. This is an entirely new concept, and you guys are acting like it's been around for generations and generations. It's literally been a thing for about 2 years at this point. Not even really 2 years, because Minecraft was already dying. Anyway, it was going to die soon, and now its player counts are slightly better. They're not great, but like, what's it doing for Fortnite? It's getting them more money. It's getting them more popularity because it's on all systems, and people are like, ooh, no other game I can play with my friends on Xbox, and also on my PS4 from my PC. And it's like, great, that's amazing. I'm glad you're doing that, Epic. But is it necessary? No, it is not a necessary feature to do something like this. Okay? Do you guys understand that on the PS3, if you wanted to play Battlefield 3, if you wanted to play Battlefield 3 if you wanted to play Battlefield 3 with your friends on, if you wanted to play Battlefield 3 with your friends on an Xbox from your PlayStation, you couldn't. You would just go get an Xbox. Because why, if you had friends on Xbox and no one else to play on PlayStation, why would you get a PlayStation, okay? Like, it's not like back in the PS3, you would go and you'd be playing Black Ops 2 and you'd suddenly be like, holy crap, I need to go onto whatever social media was around at the time, I can't remember, and go yell at Sony because they don't have crossplay with Xbox 360. It's like, no, of course they don't, because they're rivaling products. And you know what's funny? Sony's been doing crossplay longer than anybody, and they're still doing crossplay. Although all the people are saying, oh, Sony just doesn't want crossplay altogether. It's like, no, they don't want crossplay with their competitors, but they are fine with crossplay as a whole. I hope you guys understand that, because seriously, they're not here. They don't want to do at least right now, they don't want to do crossplay. If there's so much bad press that they're practically forced to, alright, cool. People stop yelling, everybody's happy, even if it's a compromise, like what I'm about to say. I would be perfectly fine with that. I wouldn't have to. Minecraft Bedrock could come to PS4. I could play with Riley on Fortnite on Switch from the PS4. I wouldn't have to deal with the stupid, weird problems that the 8-bit Tendo connector has for my DualShock. And, you know, everybody would stop yelling at Sony, and Sony'd be like considered an amazing company again. Not that they still aren't right now, but lots more people would still consider them a great company. I mean, but so if anybody from Sony is watching this video, here's what you should do. Do crossplay with Nintendo and Xbox, but make sure you can do it. Don't make it hard. Just be like, alright, we'll do crossplay, and then do it. Don't spend a lot of time or like make it wait till like PlayStation 5 or whatever. No, what you need to do is you need to just put the crossplay in. You don't, but to your point, Sony, you don't want Microsoft things on Sony console. So, like, you don't even have to make them, you don't have to put the purchases somebody has made on a Nintendo/Microsoft console on PlayStation, but just put crossplay in there and let people at least, like, use their account, at least, I hope, because it's a little bit annoying, if not, like, worse is that on Nintendo, I can't have all the stuff I got on PlayStation for Fortnite, but it's not a big deal because it's not my main console. It's not what I'm doing, and it's like, if you were only a Sony gamer and now you're outraged because of this, it's like, but if you're only a Sony gamer, this doesn't concern you. This doesn't matter to you. It's only if you're one of the very few people who have every system ever that can actually do this. Not like me, where I only have a PS4 and Switch that I actually play regularly. No, I mean, like, how you have the people who have Xbox, PS4, Switch, high-end gaming PC that runs at like 1,000 frames a second. Okay? And then also, you have like the most high-end phones possible with like 4K graphics, everything runs at 60 FPS. No! It's like, this isn't meant for you people. How many people actually have all the high-end stuff, all the consoles, and actually use all of them? Like, seriously, I use PlayStation, and I use the PlayStation 4 and the Switch. That's it. I play PS4 for all my all the games on there, and I use the Switch for like Minecraft and what's it called? Nintendo games. I go on there, I play some Mario, some Splatoon, some Zelda, and then I go and play stuff on Sony. But my whole point is, no one really got mad that Uncharted wasn't on Xbox. No one got mad that Halo wasn't on PlayStation. No one got mad that Super Mario Odyssey didn't have a special digital deluxe edition released on PC. It's like, do you guys get what I'm saying? This has never existed, and it probably shouldn't, because it blurs the line between two different, like, people say crossplay is so amazing, but if crossplay didn't exist, if crossplay was, if you had crossplay, what's the point of even having different systems if they all have the same games? I mean, sure, exclusives, but then what's the point of crossplay? Because then that's like only for indie titles, and I don't think it's very cheap to do cross-platform play with at least indie games. From my perspective, I don't think that it's a very easy thing to do. I mean, at least with Fortnite Save the World, they, Epic just accidentally hit a button somehow. It's like, I really don't believe that somebody in the development team just was like, oh, whoopsie, and hit the button like this. My point is, why did Epic even have a random button to enable crossplay between PlayStation and Xbox? It's like, hello? Have you ever heard of the fact that doesn't exist yet, Epic? And, one more thing. You guys never seemed to put any blame on Epic for the whole, Fortnite account thing. It was always Sony's fault. Nothing about Nintendo, though, or, what's it called? What do you call it? you don't hear anything about Epic or Nintendo possibly being the cause of it. It's always Sony. I'm starting to see a bit of biased opinion there. So, now I ask you, what is the point? I mean, no, that's what's the point. What do you want from Sony? What do you want them to actually do? Do you want them to try to do full-on crossplay, let everybody access their stuff for free if they bought it on another system? Or what? Because it's like, you can't. I mean, Sony's still a business. They still have to make money. They're not for the players. They're for their players. They want you to play on PlayStation. They don't want, like, what's the point of helping, crap. What's the point of helping Nintendo and Microsoft with their player counts if Sony doesn't have a problem with player counts? Because you know what crossplay does? It makes you, it gives you better, better player counts, because you have player counts from every system. And then you can pass that off as your player count. Do you understand that maybe it's not great to have crossplay, because then stuff like that can happen? Like, you think that Sony wanted crossplay last generation because of an actual, like, their player counts were down pretty bad last generation. They didn't really, they got a pretty close tie last generation. But that's kind of the problem. I don't know, this whole, even I'm starting to sound a little bad. Like, I'm just yelling at Nintendo and Microsoft and Epic, and, you know, I just feel like I'm getting to this point where it's like, I'm no better than them. I'm no better than all the negative people. I mean, sure, I might have more thoughtful opinions and crap like that, but I surely don't have, like, an actual, I don't have a very calm, collective, trying to actually convince you opinion. So, yeah, just, I don't know. The whole issue is kind of weird. I guess I should just go do something else. Maybe I'll go play The Division or something. Well, I guess, see you guys in the next video. That's strange. You guys ever wondered whether Super Mario Odyssey or Breath of the Wild is a better game? Well, let's check that out next time on What's Up With. Da, 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 da.